Alright guys, we're back with game 3, taking a look at Stefan? I think that's what Terry announced his name as. So we're gonna go with Stefan. And he's playing a blue and green Sword Art Online deck. And he's gonna be playing against Paulo's Log Horizon. So Stefan's gonna start it off. Starts out with the Asuna on the sofa. Pretty generic oversized ability. When it comes into play, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's not an avatar or net character, then it goes to clock. As long as he knows what the top card is, he's just gonna play another copy of that oversize so that he doesn't have to risk it later. And gonna play a Sleeping Knights Brainstorm in the back row. Apart from the Brainstorm, it has a secondary ability. If the character in your front row center slot is an Asuna or a Yuki, then it gets plus 1k and plus 1 level. So that Asuna is going to go from being a 35 to a 45 level 1. So very, very strong level 0. Very good turn 1 play. Moving on over to Paulo. Plays a level 0 Suicider, but can't suicide into that Asuna because she's a level 1 now. So he's just gonna swing into those empty slots. Hits for 2. Cancel. 2 again. 3. And gonna take it. Now the thing about that Sleeping Knights Brainstormer is that it's only giving the character in the center slot plus 1k and plus 1 level. So if he moves that oversize in front of the Suicider, then it will no longer be level 1 and it'll actually die to the Suicider. Oh, what better way to combat a Suicider than with another Suicider? Pretty good value there. Whoa, another Suicider. What is happening? This game is crazy. And he's also going to Brainstorm, pay 1, rest 2. For each climax you reveal, you get to search your deck for an avatar or net character. Very solid new Brainstorm from the newest Sword Art Online 2, Volume 2 Extra Booster. And he's going to grab the Yuki Global 500 support. So, now, all that's left to do is attack, really. And any second now. What climax was that? I missed that. Shoot. I'll find out in a sec. Probably a 1k one though. I think he only ran 1k ones. Fronts for 3. And it hits. Gonna hit the Suicider into the Suicider for 2. 2? Yep. Cancels. And finally going to direct for 3. 4. Directs for 4. And Paulo gets pushed up to 1-3 off of that. What's that other level 1 that, or level 0 that Paulo has? Oh, okay. If he had one or less, if he has one or less characters, he gets plus 1500 and hand encore. So he just hand encored it. Good to know. Plays a Shiro a Brainstormer, pay 1, rest 2, or pay 1, rest itself, mill 4, and then for each climax he gets to draw a card. So milled 1 climax, gets to draw 1 card. And his other ability is that it gives 1k power to your front row center slot character, but only during the opponent's turn. Interesting, goes for the Renesia. And also plays a Clock Encore Akatsuki. Plays 1k1, directs for 3, gets a book, and draws another card. So this is going to be for 3. Stefan takes it, goes to 1-1. Going to level blue. And in comes the yellow. Another front attack gets cancelled. And finally the center Akatsuki gonna front attack for 2. And now Stefan's still ahead in damage. Okay, so that was a side attack on the Asuna, I think. Which I think is kind of interesting, because I think you should have traded. Both of those were at 3,500. I think it would have been a better play to trade. Anyways, back to Stefan. Ties it up at 1-5 for each player, but it is his turn to attack. Plays Asuna joins the party, a 1-0-4-5. If he has a Yuki or a Sleeping Knights on this stage, she gets a plus 1,500 buff, and he does have the Sleeping Knights, so not only is she going to 6k, but because she's in the center slot, Sleeping Knights is going to boost her up to a 7k level 1, or level 2. Now he has room for another back row slot. She's going to play that Global 500 Yuki, and she has the combo with 3-2 Asuna, mill 11, but we'll get to that if it comes up. It's kind of complicated to explain and not really relevant right now. But it is a Global 500. That much is relevant. And because it's a Global 500, it's going to boost the Silica up to 1,500, which means it's going to beat the Renesia's 1k power. And he's also going to use a Brainstorm. Hits 1, letting him search his deck for 1 Avatar or Net character. Looks like he's got 6 Climax in his waiting room right now. And he's going to search his deck. What's he going to grab? Grabs a 3-2 Kirito. So that is the new Kirito from the extra booster. If you have 2 or less Climaxes in your waiting room, you can play him at level 2. On play, draw 2, drop 1. And during the opponent's turn, he gets 500 power for every other Avatar or Net character you have on the stage. Very good level 3, in my opinion. And definitely the best Kirito level 3 that's been printed so far for Sword Art Online. So currently that Akatsuki in the center slot is at 7k, thanks to the Shiroi Brainstormer in the back, tying with the... Actually, no, not tying with the Asuna, because the Asuna is at 7.5. Now it's at 8.5. Silica's going to swing for 2. And that's going to land. Next up we have the Asuna swinging up top for 2. That one's going to be for 3, and Paulo cancels. And finally, the Asuna swinging for 2, 3, and also going to trigger Pants. Paulo's going to reply with a Mind Shock, 3,500 event counter, reversing the Asuna. And he's going to take 3. And it looks like Stefan decided not to salvage a Climax, as he is about to go into his refresh and wants as many Climaxes in his waiting room as possible. Meanwhile, Paulo's going to go up to 2-2, and looked like he, or 2-3. And looks like he's pretty low on cards in his hand. Only got 4 cards. Clocks, draws 2. And gonna brainstorm. Mill 4, looking for some cards to draw. Able to get 1 climax, so he'll be able to draw 1 card. Looks like he's got 5 climaxes in his waiting room. I think he's still got 1 in his stock. That's a book. Yeah, there we go. So he's out 6 now. He's got 1 in his hand still. And he plays the 1-1 Naotsugu. What does that Naotsugu do? I'm not 100% sure on Log Horizon stuff. So let's find out. What do you do? When this card is reversed in battle, your opponent may draw a card and discard a card. And he is an oversized 1-1-7-5. Wait, did he just... Okay. That's a new one. Looks like he's going to play the Akatsuki back up to the stage. And 1k1. I mean, like, the Akatsuki backup, it's going to be able to kill the Silica Suicider and live to the next turn, so... I mean, he has something to attack with. Last card, Gate. Not going to be able to salvage anything off that, unfortunately, because he is going to refresh before the trigger effect resolves. And he's going back with 6 climaxes. So before Stefan starts taking damage, of course, Paulo has to get that refresh going. Currently, Stefan is a whole level above Paulo, or below Paulo rather, sitting at a comfortable 1-4 while Paulo is at 2-4. But we'll see if that's about to change as Stefan takes some more damage. And he doesn't have any climaxes left in his deck, I believe. So... gonna just take this hit for 2. Gonna follow up with a direct for looked like 4. I think he triggered. And yeah, so now Stefan going into a refresh of his own. If he does take this, then Paulo will have almost caught up in damage. I believe if this attack lands and the refresh damage will put Stefan at 2... It'll put him at 2-4 as well, if my math is correct. Assuming this top card is not a climax. And it's not a climax, so he's going to eat that. He's got 1 card too many. Yep. So he already has the blue in his level. What will he level next? Looks like it's going to be the yellow. He does have the green cards coming in, so good stuff. And takes refresh damage. Front for 2. Can Paulo take the lead? Yeah, so Stefan's going to go from 1-4 all the way to 2-6 in just 1 turn. 9 damage. Even going to clock himself to level 3 now. Obviously, he's going to want to get that green into his level. Goes ahead, throws a Brainstormer into there. Now then, we get to see Stefan's level 3 line. I'm going to start off with a Kirito level 2, or level 3. Coming to play, draw 2, drop 1. Might be fishing for more level 3 cards to play. Just pitches a climax. And what else is he going to play? He's not going to play the level 3 Yuki. Or, I mean, not level 3. He's not going to play the level 3 Asuna, is he? Oh, he does. Interesting. I don't think that was the best play because, first of all, he has no damage to heal. The Asuna's first ability is a heal. And he won't be able to get enough stock to use the Mill 11 combo with the Yuki Global 500. He needs to start his attack phase with at least 2 stock in order to get that combo rolling, because he needs to pay for stock when the Asuna attacks. He's only got 1 stock. Alright, but whatever. If that Asuna can survive until the next turn, then he can use the 11 hit ability thing. Climax? Is it going to be a climax? Not sure what's going on right now. Nope, just going to start attacking. So, swings for 2 with the Kirito. 3. Paul's going to take it, putting him at level 3. And because he reversed the Nanotsugu, Steven gets to draw 1 card and discard 1 card. Fronts for 2, triggers a book. Gonna draw a card off that. And Paulo goes to 3-3. This is getting dangerously close to the end of the game. Fronts for 1, he takes that too. Gonna find out how many climaxes are in Stefan's waiting room. He's got 2 in there. And he's got 1 in his stock, which he just triggered. Whoa, that's kind of, I don't know about that. Paulo clock encores the Akatsuki. Going to 3-6. Whoa! He needs to end the game like now. Like right now. Brainstorms. What's he hoping to get? Mills 2 climaxes, which means he's going to draw 2 cards. Draws a level 3 Akatsuki healer. And an Isuzu Searcher. Play the foil, dog. Don't play that non-foil. What is this? But anyways, yeah, he plays the level 3 Akatsuki. And when it comes into play, he gets to heal 1. He gets to heal 1. Heal 1. Hello? No. What are you doing? Why? What the heck is happening? Really? So the Akatsuki Clock Encore, her other ability is you can rest a character to give her 1k buff for each character you rest. So he just like played like 3 characters and just tapped them all to get buff. It's not really helping at this point. He needs to win the game now. He needs to win the game right now. But the problem is that he doesn't have any +2 soul triggers in his deck because he's running books and he's running gates. So his only chance to win the game right now, apart from like Stefan hitting his refresh, was he had to trigger +1 soul on all 3. It's really not even going to help there because he used the Leafa counter, reveals the top card of the deck. It's a climax. He's going to cancel. Going to crash. It's really not going to mean much. Crash again. Side? Side attack? Front? No? 1? For 2? Okay. Alright, Paulo needs to get really, really, really lucky if he wants to get out of this. Because, like, he didn't heal. He didn't heal. What now? Oh yeah, he can do the 11-hit combo now. He can do it. Alright, Paulo has to cancel 5 attacks. 5 attacks. I don't even think he has enough climaxes left to cancel 5 attacks. Or 5 instances of damage. The Kirito is 1. The Asuna is 2 more because she attacks and then she can do a cancel burn. The Yuki's gonna attack. Why do you play a climax for? He only needs 1 damage. He needs to minimize the amount of damage he's dealing. But it's okay because he's probably gonna win the game right now anyways. Yep, there it is. And that's gonna be the win for Stefan with his Sword Art Online deck.